What's up, webheads? Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to the first video from your boy SpideyQ. Hopefully this is going to be a nice long series where we can get to know each other, enjoy each other's company, play some games, talk cosplay, and a whole whack of other stuff. So, without further ado, let's get this going. Welcome back, guys. So as I said before, this is video number 1, and hopefully what will be a long series of us getting to know each other. You're going to see a lot of things on this show, hopefully, content pending, but you will see things that'll range from everything from cosplay to gaming and a whole lot of nerd culture in between, so should be a good time. Now, the first thing you're going to see on this is most likely going to be the gameplay, in which I will be streaming on YouTube Gaming and on Twitch. I don't know if I'm actually going to put annotations there. I don't really know how to do that, but I think for dramatic effect, that looked kind of cool. I will try to do most of the streaming on YouTube Gaming. So whenever you see me come up in the feed, you're going to notice something like this. And what you're seeing there is going to be the caption or the header panel in your thing for when I'm doing gaming. So it'll look like the YouTube gaming kind of, it'll have the heart in the corner. Oh, you guys can see it here, so you kind of get the gist of it, right? There is where I'm going to be talking about mostly Heroes of the Storm. That is the game that I am into right now. That is what I'm mostly focusing on. And with that, you're going to see a ton of gameplay, and you're going to see a lot of rank climbing. My goal and end game for that is, while you guys are actually watching the gameplay and stuff like that, we are growing to level 40 together. We're learning together because I'm a beginner at the game, and a lot of you are beginners at the game. So we can learn together, grow together, try to get that road to 40, and then we can jump into some unranked drafts while we're doing that. But the end game here is the Hero League. And the Hero League stuff you're going to see from Heroes of the Storm is going to pertain mostly to just growing through the ranks. We're going to see how far we can take it from Bronze and if we can get all the way to Grandmaster, because the end game for the Hero League is going to be the HGC. Oh, it'd be so nice to get into the HGC and play video gaming professionally. That would just be... So what I'm hoping to achieve from that is to be able to get into the open divisions. Now, the open divisions allow you to knock out the 2 worst teams in the HGC to get into there and start being compensated as a professional gamer, which is hopefully the top tier end game that we are going for. So hopefully with that, we can all learn this game better, grow together, build the Heroes community together, and maybe you'll see your boy on the grand stage one day. That's going to be the plan. Fingers crossed. The other thing we're going to be talking about here is cosplay. Cosplay, what I want to do with that stuff is mostly do tutorials. I want to do stuff that I cosplay, stuff that my wife cosplays, even stuff that Vega Buddy, who is sitting under the table right now, even the stuff that he cosplays. We're a family that does cosplay. We are very much just into the culture. We're into geek culture. It's just what we do. She does a lot of stuff from the Spider-Verse. I do a lot of stuff from the Spider-Verse. I've also got 2 new builds coming. And with those builds, I want to show you guys the progress of basically how I do things, how I go about constructing my cosplays, how I go about planning them, what goes into it. Because I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what goes into cosplaying. It's huge, it's time consuming, but most of all is you get to see people's passion through what they're doing. Dressing up as your favorite comic book character, League player, hero player, Diablo, it doesn't matter where it's from. Dressing up and trying to be that character for essentially a day or 2 or 3 during a con weekend is very special to people, and the amount of time that they put into their cosplays and the amount of time, not the amount of work that they put into their cosplays, it reflects their absolute love for the game, their love for the character, and just how much they actually relate to that person. So hopefully on this channel with the tutorials and with the stuff that I'll be showing you, that message will convey pretty well. And if you're into that part, the cosplay stuff, it'll end up here. It'll look like this. Now, hopefully while I'm doing that finger thing, it's actually working. That's kind of why I left this spot open a little bit, like right. Hopefully you'll be able to see like what I'm kind of holding in my fingers right here. So when you see this, that is what's going to show you that my cosplay vlog is coming up. So you'll have a gaming vlog that'll look like the YouTube gaming. You'll have a cosplay vlog, that'll look like this. When you see that come up in your notifications, you can give that a click and check out what your boy is doing on his new and recent cosplays. One of the other things I want to talk about too is going to be, and it pertains to cosplay, is going to be interviews, which you can see right over here. People you'll see in the interview section are going to be gamers, cosplayers, friends, family, anybody who wants to come onto the show and just talk nerd culture, because I think that's just the most fun part of all this, don't you think? Having people come in who are close to me, even people who are not close to me, who just feel like they can reach a certain audience through you guys who watch my show. I want them on here and I want to give them the opportunity to just show you how homegrown the channel is, how they interact with my family, how people interact with us, period. So I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure you guys would be interested in that. And one of the last things I want to talk about today, well, not really last things, but one of the last things you're going to see on this channel, which will be another division of it, is going to be this. Right there. Comics and cards. And we're going to be talking about everything from the titles that I follow, which will be mostly all the Spider-Man titles, and a couple of other DC-ish title. There he is. Hey, buddy. Is that for you? Who's so cute? You're so cute and interrupting. Get your ball. Where's your toy? Go get your toy. Anyways, back to it. We'll be talking about all the titles I follow. We will be talking about Magic the Gathering, which I used to play really far back in the day, along with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and we used to be really into cards. But me and my wife, when we met, we kind of did the dating thing. We were really young, so we kind of put those things beside us. Now, since we're getting back into the culture, she's expressed some interest in Magic the Gathering. He's waiting for Mama to come home. And because we've been expressing interest in Magic the Gathering, we have a lot of our friends who actually play it and are starting to teach us again. So the end game there is to talk about, like I said, all the titles that I follow in comics, and to talk about all the card games that we play, maybe do some minor tutorials for people who are starting to get into Magic, or into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or into Pokemon, and also all these things will flow into the interview process as well. So we'll have people on here who are avid card players, avid comic readers. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hope you guys stick around for that too. And the other thing I want to talk to you about today is why exactly I'm doing this channel. This is like an intro video, so it's going to be really rough, and the editing's probably not going to be as great because I suck at editing, like bad. I'm going to try and do my best to make it as clean and watchable as possible. I'm doing some intros and outros, and I'm experimenting with like Adobe After Effects and some editing programs and some other things. Like I design mostly in vector programs when I do design because I'm a sign guy by trade, but we're going to see how well those graphics compute. We'll see, fingers crossed. But the other thing I wanted to mention is, again, why? I'm doing this because I've been an avid YouTube watcher for such a long time. I've watched a lot of people. I've watched a lot of people grow. I've seen channels that started from 10 subs to now 5 million subs. A lot of those channels who are very, they're inspirational to me, and I want to be able not necessarily to mimic or not necessarily to copy or follow, but what I want to do is do what they're doing. I want to be able to spread a positive message about the things that I like. I enjoy it mostly when I do something for someone and they're happy. I would rather them be happy than, have to work. This is what I deal with on a regular basis. Yeah, side note, I know. Were you waiting for Mama? You waiting for Mamas? You waiting for Mamas? This is my Doberman. His name is Vega. Hi, buddy. He is... How old are you now, buddy? You almost 2? No, you're not even close to 2. He'll be 1.5 years in December. And he's like a parrot. See? He just kind of chills out on there. Get your toy. Get your toy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I like doing this for the positivity of it. Like you can see, I do this with him in the room because I like being near him. I like being near my family. You'll see my wife walking around sometimes wherever I'm filming. It won't always be in this room, because this is technically her office, and I gotta hang that up downstairs, like where I game, where I'll be doing most of the streaming is probably where I'll film. But you'll see other spots in the house of where I'm filming. Like I'll film in our bedroom, I'll film in the guest bedroom, I'll film in the kitchen, wherever the lighting's good, wherever we can get a good, a good flow going, that's where we'll be filming. So we like to keep things positive. I want to always throw positivity out there, and like I said, a lot of the YouTube channels that I follow have always been about that. So it's almost like a shout out to a lot of the big YouTubers that started from nothing, ended up with everything, and it's really admirable because of the amount of work they've put in. So I hope to reflect that kind of work that they've put in so that you guys are happy as an audience, and the audience grows. We all grow together, and we grow with the one thing that we love, which is nerd culture and just how the home life works, I guess. So anyways, to those YouTubers, specifically a couple of them, Philip DeFranco, absolutely love everything that he does. If you're not following him, you really should be. He is probably Mr. YouTube. He is the OG of YouTube. I've been following him since his really bad days. I don't want to put any clips or anything because I don't know how to do that yet, but he has been such an inspiration to a lot of YouTubers, especially to me, and for how I want this channel to grow and for what I want this channel to be. So Phil, if somehow you're watching this, please notice me, senpai. If somehow you're watching this, thank you, man. Thank you so much. You are a massive inspiration to why I want to do this, why I want to put things out on YouTube, why I want to put my goofy ass face and my goofy ass life out there. thank you again, man. Awesome. Hope to run into you one day. And when I do, most likely gonna fanboy pretty hard. The other YouTuber I want to talk about is just a guy who every time I watch his videos, I laugh just because they're so great. They're really just raw and just, oh, I don't even know how to describe him. GradeAunderA. I've tried to call you once after you released your cell phone number, and I think just trying to call you was the funniest experience of my life, but hope to get to talk to you one day, man. The way you put videos together, the way you tell it like it is, the way you guys just put it out there, I really appreciate what you do, man. Great. You are also a huge inspiration. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Love you, buddy. And the third guy, I know this probably sounds weird that I'm doing like the YouTube shout out just as a thing. I just want these guys to know how inspiring they are. And that is one guy who started like really small and exploded, and that is Trainer Tips, Nick. The amount of work you put into Pokemon Go and the amount of information that you're providing to help make the game better is very, very, it's the epitome of awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. You are almost the reason the Sylph Road is becoming as big as it is and becoming as more active as it is. So please, buddy, never stop. Never keep doing what you're doing. Love you guys. All three of you, I'm going to put links to their channels. I think I know how to do that. So I'm going to put links to their channels, and go follow these guys. They are amazing. If you're thinking about getting into YouTubing, if you're thinking about getting into film and production or anything of that nature, go watch these guys. Watch what they do. Watch how fluid it is. Watch how clean it is. And take notes, which is what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to try, you'll see a lot of crossing where I mimic a few guys that I like, but it seems what they do works. What they do is how they get their presence out there. So that went on for too long. I'm so sorry. Anyways, back to it. Main thing, guys, is whatever you guys want to see in this channel, whatever you guys want to see come out of me, please don't hesitate to tell me. Please don't hesitate to ask. Anything you guys do for me from this point is just watching. If you enjoy watching it, watch. If you don't enjoy watching it, sorry I couldn't hold on to you, but I will keep working harder to make sure I can reach out to you again. I want this channel to grow. I want us to grow together. And that is the main focus. If I babble on too much, or if you don't like the way things are cut, or if you don't like the way things look, let me know. I am very receptive to feedback, especially when it comes to the gaming, because if there are a couple of more pro-ish players, or even just really good players who happen to see my gaming and are just like, what are you doing? Please let me know. Let me know. I'm always willing to grow, and I'm always willing to learn. I'm very receptive to this stuff. So thank you very much for your future comments, your future critiques, and I hope that you really just enjoy what you see. As far as for where this video goes, I've been recording for probably about 20 minutes now. I know I'm just doing this on the fly. I did this without a script, which I think was a bad idea, so I'm going to try and write a script for the next time. I don't have a set schedule of how many videos I'll be producing, when I'll be producing the videos. I want to do one a week. I do work a full-time job, a part-time job, and own a company, so it's a little hard. Shooting and editing video is tougher than a lot of the people make it seem, so I got eyes on you for that, because what the hell? Like, man, it takes up a ton of time. It takes a lot of effort, but I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that challenge. I want to try and upload at least one video a week. I'm going to try to do one video a week, whether it's a gameplay or a cosplay interview or something like that. I will shoot. I will try my absolute best for you guys. I promise. But with that, guys, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Just by you watching gives me the opportunity for you to hear my voice, hear my opinions, share my thoughts, everything. It gives me a chance to actually get out there. It gives me a chance to connect with you guys more, connect with my people on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter. I know I really should start using Twitter a little more. So in the future, guys, look to see videos on gameplay, which you will see in the one annotation I put up in the beginning. Not annotation. The little graphic you saw over here. Look to see gameplay. Look to see comics and cards. Look to see cosplay stuff. And look to see interviews with friends. It'll just be hanging out. I really appreciate you guys sticking around to watch. Hopefully this wasn't too long-winded for you. If it was, let me know in the comments, alright? Well, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. So, if you guys like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you plan on sticking around, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, thanks for hanging. I'm SpideyQ. Lots more coming from you boys. So, as always, stay tuned, y'all.